Well, that's a great shot with the rest.
Right.
That was far from easy.
There's actually a little bit of pressure on this one. Easier pot than the previous red. But look what he's leaving, should he miss. Yeah, well played. It's talked about as being a weakness in John Higgins' game, his rest play, but those were two very good pots.
8. Nine. $16. $17.
Three reds above the black. He's got an opportunity to stun into the right hand side red of those three. Nicely played. Choice of two reds, left corner, right middle.
24. $25.
The highest available spot this time is the brown.
31. $32.
Again, a cannon. He wants to miss the two reds that are together because those are the two reds he wants to be on to left corner. So a cannon into the bunch of four. Not on the two reds that he was playing for. He's got one to the right middle.
39. $40.
Definitely we're seeing two of the best break builders the game's ever seen tonight in this quarter-final. Both when they get in amongst the pink and black, very rarely lose position. Always play the right shot.
$47.
You're looking at a player that's made 816 centuries in his career. Ronnie, the first ever player to pass 1,000 centuries, which is incredible. So once again, it's
55.
looking as if just the one mistake is going to cost the frame. Just
56.
caught a safety shot a little bit on the thick side, Ronnie. Left the white near the blue. And John could only see one red. It was a good opening pot with the rest.
$63. $64.
You'll probably use the two reds that are close together, use them as a kind of stopper to hold the cue ball in the middle of the table. But this has been a wonderful start to this match.
71. $72.
The way Ronnie started in the first frame would have certainly sent a warning to a lot of players and might have affected their focus or their game, but it only
79.
seems to have served to spur John on even more.
$80.
And he's played for the tricky red along the cushion here.
87.
Could possibly beat the
88.
high break here. And he's got an angle to maybe bring the other difficult red into play. If the angle's there, he'll take it on. And then all three reds will be available. And he has brought it into play. It's perfect. This could overtake Yan
95.
Bingtao, who's had a magnificent 141 break in the last frame against Stephen Maguire. £15,000 for the high break.
96.
You can see he's just left himself a little awkward angle in the black. Just a gentle screw back for the red to right middle.
Well, that's a wonderful century break from John Higgins, the 21st in this year's
450.
Betfred Masters. And it's John's first in this year's Masters.
$104.
It's been absolutely flawless. Now does he try and pinch? It's easy to play for the blue, but does he
110.
pinch a little smile there, pinch an extra couple of points just to make the target even tougher? Yeah, he is. He's going to play for the black. Make that target as high as possible. And he's perfect.
111.
pinpoint accuracy with every shot here.
118.
Yeah, the opening 2 shots with the rest.
120.
Basically, the only 2 difficult pots he's had to go at because his position's been so good. Absolute masterclass in cue ball control and break building.
123.
Sometimes when you get 2 titans
127.
playing each other, it's like football. Sometimes it doesn't live up to the expectation, but I'll tell you what, this has been an incredible start.
132. $138.
What a
Higgins,
magnificent
145 in
clearance.
the frame.
No wonder he's called the Wizard of Wishaw. It's a tough shot he's taking. He's had the side on it and he's potted the red. And he's a little unlucky to hit the blue full ball. We've seen him play 2 fabulous shots with the rest at the start of the previous frame. But you can see the check side on that to avoid canning into the reds. Can he play another gem of a shot with the rest to get back up to the reds? He can do it from yellow or green. Yellow's a slightly easier pot. How's your luck here with the kiss, John?
Three.
Well, he's still got the rest in his hand. He's looking to see if there's a red will go into the left corner. I think it all looks a bit tight into this left corner. He's having another look. Does one of them pot?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just spotted something on the cue ball, but there must be one that'll go into the left corner. Yeah, just about.
Four.
I think the blue goes, which will help to get it back on its spot because the black's out of commission. Pink, I think, is just okay.
Nine. Ten.
Wow, John Higgins is bang on it tonight, isn't he? I said earlier that Ronnie is probably playing some of his best snooker since he won the World Championship. It's been a while since I've seen John play this well. Looks in the zone, doesn't look like missing, does he?
Yeah, I mean, Ronnie started off with that 97 break. Since then,
16.
he's only scored a point. He hasn't got a shot. He hasn't been at the table. And the mid-session interval coming up after this frame. It's just so awkward now with the pink and the black tied up. Could do with getting on one of the balk colours and then maybe coming off a side cushion and into the 4 reds and pink.
$17.
The only thing is that red, the right side of the table is a little bit in the way of doing that, so he may play on that. He's got another red the other side of the table before he thinks about leaving an angle to cannon into the reds and pink. That's about, what, 3 shots away?
$21. $22.
Yeah, it's just got more and more difficult. And now he's the wrong side of the blue. He's got to avoid the yellow and the brown here. Just about okay.
27.
But having to work very hard to keep this break going.
Well, that would have been a bonus if he was on that red to right corner, because it's got an angle to flick the red away from the black. But not quite on that one.
$28.
Just looking to see where the reds are going to go. Should he make the cannon? He won't play this with a lot of pace. Doesn't need to. They should open.
$33.
Thank you, Seema. And just before you joined us, John played a lovely little shot. The pink and black
34.
were tied up, and he played a delicate little shot to develop the reds and pink. but he's got himself the wrong side of the blue again. He had to avoid the yellow and brown previously to swing it around the angles. He's got to avoid all three colours this time. You can go between brown and yellow or brown and green, whichever way he goes. He wants to miss cannoning into them.
$39.
Well, the 145 in the previous frame was every shot was easy because he had the cue ball in a string. I mean, he's had to work so hard for this. 39 so far. But he just keeps potting balls and they keep going in the middle of the
40.
pockets.
$45. $46.
Well, he's avoided the ball colours on a couple of occasions. He's got to do it again. Which he has done. Even if you are the greatest player
51.
that's ever picked a snooker cue up, you can't do anything if you're sitting in your seat, because Ronnie has done nothing wrong. He started
52.
off with a 97 break. He's only scored 1 point since then, Ronnie. But John has been incredible.
Yeah, and it all started off, I think Ronnie went back to his chair thinking it was pretty safe in the beginning.
57.
Started off with an excellent long red jaunt.
$58.
I think he could have, yeah, he's definitely putting right hand side on because he can't get to the natural potting angle without putting that side. And this has been the result. Incredible break. As I said, the previous one, the 145, was textbook. This has just been refusing to leave the table.
63.
Just pure stubbornness. Obviously together with a whole lot of skill.
64.
Well, the frame well and truly over. And now a chance to go to the mid-session interval, making another century
70.
to follow that 145.
Man, these last
71.
two frames is as good as you can play snooker. It's just been wonderful. Vintage John Higgins. They're not bad, these
77.
two, are they, Dennis?
Yeah, I believe they're thinking of turning professional after this
78.
tournament. Yeah. Well, we normally say with 2,000 people in the arena, you could hear a pin drop. Well, you could hear a pin drop here. There's nobody here, but the atmosphere, as Stephen said earlier, is still electric with no people here. This has been an awesome display. Not only from John Higgins, but from Ronnie,
84.
who only's had one chance.
85. $90.
And we'll remind you, Ronnie started off with a 97
92.
and looked as sharp as you could possibly look. Next 3 frames, he scored 1 point.
$95. $99.
Well, that's another amazing century break from John Higgins.
104.
And look at the positional shot to get on the pink. He's got that cue ball now back on a string, putting it exactly where he wants. A little exhibition shot with running side. He's not going to bother with the black. He made the century break. What an incredible display